Been under the buildings this week, trying to make the place look a little bit less like the Call of Cthulhu around here, because all the buildings are kind of like all at different angles and stuff. And it's really, when they were under there, whatever they did or were doing has shut down a lot of the routes by which the neighbor's lab has been getting in here. And I can tell by the way the guys are standing around when they do take a break and stuff like that, that they have noticed and verbally, expressed that this is one of the most toxic areas they've ever worked. And when I was coming, there's that area at the north end of the Beeline that's been sick as hell for years. It's got to be a homeowner in there that's cooking, at least one. And it's the chelation kind, the kind they're using the corrosive chemical, and it's stripping everybody's minerals. And iron and iodine are the most important to replace, but you also want to make sure you're getting enough manganese and magnesium and potassium and phosphorus. So you really got to, you got to follow my diet. But so with them being all in the lower area, the lower vents aren't available, and the upper vents that go through the attic are less specific, and there's holes to the attic inside all of the light fixtures that are installed. And Janice told me when I moved in that I'm not allowed to do anything to pack that that wouldn't be allowed. Because it could be a fire hazard. And putting a tarp over the lights or something like that is also wouldn't be allowed. And I can't really tape all around and seal the edges or anything, so that everybody here is stuck with that. But it's a lot less specific, so when he pumps into the attic, it spreads equally throughout the building. And I think that's why Sherry put a call in last night, and I wonder how that works in WITSEC. Because she's not supposed to have contact with anything like that. And I know that my situation here in Bloomington is because Sherry went into WITSEC, and she was telling a bunch of lies to the people around here about me, trying to say that I was the one that was the cartel boss and all that. I don't know how I found time for that with all the herbs and stuff that I was out there hunting and all the other kind of situations. That was my cover. I was a drug cartel boss, and I was a babysitter for an autistic little boy, and I was working at a nursing home and breaking horses and running a drug cartel, and probably killed a few people, who knows. And so anyway, she probably texted somebody who then called verbally, because the next guy, I can't imagine he's too literate. And and of course that was pointless. And she wouldn't call to report that, of course, because that would mean that she would be moved away from the community that she wants to live in. And so she made her choice to step out of WITSEC today. And I don't know how that goes with her deferred, with her suspended sentence and everything like that. She has to do the full 25 to life or what? I don't know. But anyway, so I added some yogurt to my brew. I got some lactose-free 40-cent Kroger yogurt with carb control and live and active cultures. And I also got some generic Kroger Lactaid tablets. And I'll crunch one of those up and put those in a half gallon and let it sit for 24 hours before I make my next brew. And so I could break it down to lactose. And what else? And charcuterie. Dad wants me to live on charcuterie. And that would be a whole lot easier to do if the convention center goes through. It may mean the food and beverage tax. That is only fair, because those of us who live here deserve to get something from all the thousands of people who are just passing through. And we walk down the street and there are all these businesses that we would be beating the hell out of if we even so much as walked into and there's nothing in those stores or restaurants for us. So there needs to be a food and beverage tax, and I wouldn't be opposed to a sales tax.